jumping into Microsoft Power Platform, let's discuss about why do we need Power Apps. So like I mentioned that we are in digital world and the businesses run on data and user interact with data daily from entering their time for payroll, seeking guidance on existing processes and analyzes data to making decisions. And in this technology driven world, user can be empowered by gaining insight from and interact with data, all while automating those repeated tasks, repeated responsibility that creates burden to daily life jobs they are performing. So with Microsoft Power Platforms enables you to you and your business to design, craft a solution that will empower you to create uh, apps by leveraging the technology we have. And from a frontline worker to CEO, all those guys can use your app which you are going to design for your business, for your process, and that will make their life easier, because all the mundane tasks you're doing, entering time sheets, putting times, inspection, survey sheet, all kind of job sheets they are doing manually on a paper pen, using paper pen, and then you have to enter into the system. So you guys can include, indulge them with the digital transformation by creating Power Apps. And you guys can develop apps, amazing apps with no coding background required. So all you have to do is you have to understand the concepts which we are going to discuss in this course. And if you are familiar with the your business process and you understand how your process runs, then it would be a very easy thing for you. It would be like a you know uh, cherry on the cake for you, so that you guys can develop amazing apps, so you can leverage all the technologies available in this Power Platform module. So Microsoft Platform, like I mentioned, that it's a system that enables users to do basically three key actions on the data, that will help drive businesses, like gain insight of data, and drive intelligent business processes via apps, by building apps and automating business processes using the Power Automate. So they are basically Power Platform is comprised of four key products: Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI, and Power Virtual Agents. And we have AI Builder as well. Okay, so in this course, in this module, these are the agenda. By end of this course, you guys would be familiar with the topics. What is Power Platform, data connectors, pulling it all together, get started with Power Apps related technologies, and summary. So let's start. What is Power Platform? I already mentioned what is Power Platform. It's a platform that will help you to develop apps and automate solutions based on your business requirements. Any question as of now, guys? Anyone? Okay. Lesson 1. What is Microsoft Power Platform? So Power Platform, like I mentioned, the low-code platform that spans Office 365, Azure, Dynamics, and standalone application. Innovation anywhere unlocks value everywhere. So like we have Power BI for analyzing the data and getting insights from the data. Power Apps so that you can develop apps based on your business requirement. Power Automate that will help you to automating the daily tasks, daily business processes. Power Virtual Agents is used for creating intelligent chatbots. So let's start with the first module. Build and consume solution for web and mobile with Power Apps. So let's start with Power Apps. What is Power App? So basically, Power Apps provides a rapid low code or basically no code development environment for building custom apps for your businesses. So it has services, it has connectors, and it has a scalable data services, or you can call it a database, and that is called as Microsoft Dataverse to allow simple integration with your existing data. And Power Apps enables the creation of web and mobile application that runs on all devices. So like I mentioned, by using Power Apps, you can develop your apps using the Power App Studio, and you can publish those apps within your organization, within your team, within your department. So all the people that will going to consume your app, you can share it with them. And those guys will be able to leverage the environment available, different environment available for us in Power Platform. So they can access those apps using mobile phone, tablets, desktops, any kind of a digital device they have. So it is available. Power Apps are available for iOS and Android as well. Okay, so build highly customized task and role-based Canvas apps. So we will discuss about Canvas app, model-driven app, and the portals in the later section of the module. But right now, Power Apps basically low code, no code app development. So if you are not a developer and you have no coding background, so that's not a problem. There is no prerequisites for having a development knowledge or having any syntax knowledge of any programming language. Nothing is required. All you have to do is, if you have a understanding of your business process and you understand how things move from one place to another, how your business process flows, that is enough for you to develop amazing customized apps that will automate things. You can leverage all the technologies available in the Power Platforms. And you have model driven apps that will work with data, that will connect with Microsoft Dataverse or any other data source. And we have portals that will enable as a web portals that will be help for your external suppliers, external customers, that they will be get updated about the new policies, new product, or any new news that you want to circulate among all those people. Any question, guys? Okay. Power Automate. So Power Automate and integrate business processes with Power Automate. So what is Power Automate? What do you understand by automate? So automation is basically you know uh, making sure that no human intervention or less human intervention is involved, so that your team or your team members can work on other productive tasks instead of doing a repeated mundane work they are doing on a daily basis, like preparing reports in Excel, like I mentioned, filling the surveys, filling the job sheet. All kind of things can be automated in using Power Automate. So Power Automates lets users to create automated workflows between applications and services. It helps automate repetitive business processes, like I mentioned, communication, data collection, decision approvals. Like you have, attendance system in which you want your team to, mark attendance. They want to, share their location. They want to share the images around their environment. All those things can be, can be taken care using Power Automate and using Power App. So like I mentioned, don't waste your important productive hours on drafting the same email for a weekly update or a working approval through. Not only for the individuals, Power Automates allows for the creation of enterprise grade process automation. So all these examples I mentioned are very simple, but you can do a lot of high level automation using the Power Automate, like approving the things from the site manager, creating business workflows, all kind of stuff you can do using the Power Automate. Okay, so Power Automate's the simple interface allows every level of user to automate work tasks from beginners to seasoned developers. Again, for developing a Power Automate flow or a cloud flow or a business process flow, there is no coding background required. If you have a working knowledge, if you have worked on Microsoft Excel and you understand if else conditions, then that would suffice the requirement, the basic requirement prerequisites for creating a Power App automate flow. Any question, guys? So in Power Automate, we will be developing cloud flows. We will be working on, we will be, talk about RPA, robotic process automation, in which we will, create a desktop flow that will help user to, help users to create a flow that will automated flow that will help users to perform automation on their legacy apps in which the automation is not possible because there is no connector or there is some data security issue or any other kind of limitation we have from that app. So in that we will just record these steps, and that steps can be automated using the desktop flows, and those automatic steps will flow based on the requirement by your business. I hope you guys understand Power BI. Anyone would like to tell me about Power BI? This is a very interesting, very popular tool we have in Microsoft. So Power BI, BI basically business intelligence. So is a business analytics services that delivers insight for analyzing data. So it can share those insight through data visualization, which make up reports and interactive dashboards to enable fast and informed decisions. So your users will be interact with your report. They can do the customization. So Power BI is a self-service tool in which the people who are going to consume your report can interact. They can apply filters in your report, not like any PowerPoint report in which data is very static. In Power BI, they can interact with your data. We have Q&A options available. That is basically Q&A visual. That is basically a visual which is AI based visual, which will help your users to ask questions based on your data, and it will give answer based on their questions. So we have an amazing tool, and you can integrate these tools in your Power App, in your Canvas app, or in your model driven app, or in your external portals. So any question in this one? So basically Power BI scales across an organization, and it has built-in governance and security that allowing businesses to focus on using data and managing the data. So with Power App, you can with the Power BI, you can apply security features like row level security, in which users can only view the data that is relevant to them and they have access of that. Similarly, we have Power BI dashboards available. So a Power BI dashboard basically basically replace any standing report or any company metrics such as sales data or any goals or any business review. So you can create dashboards. So dashboard is basically a single page report, a summary basically that tells what is happening around your organization. And using your Power BI reports, Power BI dashboard, you will be sharing your reports with the senior management, with your stakeholders, and they will be making decisions out of the reports you are circulating. All the recommendation you are providing using your Power BI reports or dashboards. We will discuss about this all these topics in detail. This is an introduction topic in which just we are telling you how what are the capabilities we have using this different tools in Power Platform. Any question, guys? Okay. So now we have Power BI, Power Virtual Agents. So with like, if you can see my screen, build powerful virtual agents with Power Virtual Agents. So what is virtual agents? Virtual, that means is not real. That is imaginary, or that is not real. So Power Virtual Agents basically enables anyone to create powerful chatbots using a guided no code graphical interface, and without the need of any developer or any data scientist. So all you have to do is you have to understand your process, and you have to understand what could be the response from the customer, what could be the response from the clients, what could be the response from your internal stakeholders based on their questions. So it basically, like I mentioned, there is no need for you to have a coding background or you have to be a data scientist. Earlier, if you want to create bots, chat bots, you should have a good development understanding. You should be, a seasoned developer. Then only you can develop virtual agents, and all those things will be written in a programming language. But right now, Microsoft Power Virtual Agents give you this graphical interface. So everything you can build using the graphical user interface, and everything you can just write it, you can drag, drop. That's all that is required in Power Virtual Agent. So it minimizes the efforts basically that IT required to deploy and maintain a custom solution. By empowering the subject matter expert, like just yeah, sorry. Yeah, so like I mentioned that it minimizes the IT efforts required to deploy and maintain a custom solution by empowering any agent, any business analyst from the business side, or any subject matter expert to build and maintain their own conversational solution. So our virtual agent is a part of Microsoft Power Platform. So therefore we can integrate the existing systems like our Power Apps, like our Power Automate. We can integrate all these solutions so that they can give a seamless experience to your customers. Okay. Any question, guys? Any question, guys? When have you received a mail regarding the training lab? I just got a message regarding your training. Okay, so let's back to the virtual agents. So basically, Power Virtual Agents provides businesses with a way to build a library of the most easily answered questions and offer a user experience that help customer retrieve the information with fast and simple queries by using a bot. So like told you there is no technical background required. I'm emphasizing on these terms because people feel uncomfortable, and they feel like they won't be able to develop solution uh, if they don't have development expertise. So I'm emphasizing on this development word a lot because I know how this system works, how this application works. So it is amazing application for people like you and me who have no coding background. So you don't need to be dependent on coding, and you would be able to develop amazing apps, amazing bots using uh, Power Platform. So like a bot which is very difficult in couple of years ago, but now it's very easy. So a bot is basically a form of AI that simulates human conversation through a chat interface. So you will be asking questions from your bot. Your customers will be asking questions from the bot, and the bot, based on the answers, based on the topics you have saved in your system, basically the data you have stored in the system, the entities, the tables, all the responses you have stored in the system, it will give answer based on that. So it will listen for the keywords and phrases and that relate to their library. It will fetch the information from the library. So library could be an Excel file or any other sort of database from which they will be fetching the information, and based on the customer's issues, customer's topic that are stored in the bot, it will return answer quickly, and the customer can continue the chat. They can ask different questions. They can switch from one topic to another topic. If you see my screen, you have this option track between topics. So if you have multiple topics, like you have delivery related bots, you have uh, product related, you have location related, you can merge those topics within a single bot, and based on the questions being asked by the customers or by the external suppliers or anyone, the people who are going to consume your bot, they will be able to interact iteratively with the bot, and the bot will, based on the phrase, based on the keyword, will provide information. So some of the benefits of having a bot is to it will reduce the assisted support queries. Earlier, just to answer most simple questions like what are your office timings and where is my product, what is the temperature. So if you have earlier you would have to hire a person that will be answering all those questions. But right now all you have to do is you have to design a code, and based on the design the flow basically, and based on the input from your customers, they will be answering that question. So you can create automation. You can integrate Power Automate in your Power Virtual Agents, and based on that they will answer the questions. They will uh, answer the queries being questioned by the users. So guys, we have AI Builder available. So add intelligence in your apps using AI Builder. So this is very amazing tool we have in Power Platform. And if you have any experience in predictive analysis, sentimental analysis, or you want to recognize data from an image, all kind of things you can integrate in your Power Apps. So AI Builder basically lets users and developers. So if you are a developer, that's good. But even if you are not a developer, that doesn't matter. All you have to do is you have to understand what AI Builder does and how you can leverage those technologies, the Power Platform technologies, within your app, within your solution. Okay, so AI Builder basically lets users and developer to add AI capabilities to the workflows and Power Apps they create and use. So it's basically a turnkey solution that allows you to easily add intelligence to your workflows and apps and predicts outcome to help improve business performance without writing a single line of code. So again, for creating AI Builder, you can add intelligence to your app even if you have no coding or data science skills. So no coding background required. All you have to do is you have to just understand the process. You have to understand what are the features available in the Power Platform, and you can you can use AI Builder to create custom AI models that suits the needs of your business, or you can choose from a selection of pre-built models available in Power Virtual Agent. Next topic we have, this is amazing feature, amazing tool we have, pull all your data to work with Microsoft Dataverse. So it has data in it, so you must understand what is Dataverse. So just start with a quick definition of Microsoft Dataverse. So Microsoft Dataverse, so earlier it was known as Common Data Services, but it renamed as Microsoft Dataverse, and in Power Platform you could see Common Data Services only in most of the places, but now it has renamed to Microsoft Data Service. So what is Microsoft Data Service? So Microsoft Data Service is a scalable data service and app platform which lets users to securely store data and manage data from multiple sources. So like we have in organization, we have seen that data, we have different types of data. We have structured data, we have unstructured data, we have data from our SQL database, we have data from our flat files, we have data from our Excels, we have, Azure streaming devices available. We have, different applications like Microsoft Dynamics 365, we have Salesforce, we have Outlook, Exchange. So all this data can be, stored in Microsoft Dataverse, and you can integrate that data in your business application using a common data model to ensure ease and consistency to users. So your users will be able to understand your data very well. So since it's a common data service data model, and so basically Microsoft Dataverse is basically the connecting point between all the apps you are working with. So if you're working with Power Apps, if you're working with Power Automate, if you're working on Power BI, so it's basically a common currency that enables the components of Power Platform to work together. So it's basically, you can call it the foundation that enables the consolidation, display and manipulation of the data. So Microsoft Dataverse is an amazing data services available in Power Platform. We will discuss this in detail in the module, in the later module. But if you have any question regarding this Microsoft Dataverse, please go ahead. Okay. No question, guys. Guys, please let me know if my pace is slow or fast, or if you want me to, repeat any topic, because this introduction topic is very small module, and but it has, it will provide you the basic understanding of the Power Platforms, all the tools available in Microsoft Power Platform. So theoretical knowledge is also very important. If you don't understand what are the capabilities of the tools, then you won't be able to develop better user interface, or you won't be able to leverage all the features, all the components of your Power Platform tools. So if you have any question, if you feel like we are going fast or we are going slow, you can just let me know. Also, if you guys want break, or if you want any question and answer scenario, you please go ahead and ask me. My chat box is not enabled, so if you need to ask me directly, okay. Okay, so enable external access with Power App portals. Like I told you, what is portal? So in Power Apps, you can work with your application within your company. But with portals, you can communicate with the external users. You can interact. You can provide information to your external suppliers, external customers, so that you can ex- uh, engage with them. So it gives internal, or not just external, it also provide internal access as well. So internal and external users secure access of your data, okay, through commercial authentication. So you can authenticate with uh, with your Azure Active Directory, or you can develop a solution for authentication like LinkedIn, Microsoft, Facebook, and Google. So that will help you understand your customers. So it will also provide enterprise level security like Azure AD, B2C, and Okta. So all this authentication can be enabled using Power Platforms, and it allows users to submit their information privately with straightforward admin controls. Okay, so it enables anyone to build responsive websites. So you don't need to understand what is HTML, what is CSS, what is form, what is table, what is database, what is connector. So you don't need to understand, you don't need to write anything. It's again low code, no code portal, so that you can develop website. So website to you can understand the look, and you can design the look and feel of your branding with the customizable portal templates and responsible themes available in Power Portal apps. So create and manage the content external for external users. Partners can access your data. They can they can be informed. So you can uh, provide your press releases from your portals, so that your users, your external users, will be posted with the new changes in the policy or any other things in your business process. So you can again integrate Power BI, Power Automate with Dataverse in your portal apps. So if you want to show some graphs, if you want to show some report, if you want to add something to download from the portals, that is doable using portal apps. Integrate all your data, enable anyone to build responsive websites. Okay. Data connectors. So guys, before moving to lesson 2, have you guys received your skill pipe details? Have you guys received your lab details? Anyone would like to tell me? Because this is important, and we will be setting up our labs. Malki, Kavishke, I could see people. Yeah, Kavishke, would you like to show me if you have? Yeah, Sanjula, please go ahead.
We received it.
You received it?
Yes, I logged
Uh,
in.
okay, so if you don't mind, can you share your screen so that I can guide you how you can, set up your lab environment? Let me just stop sharing.
Just give me a second.
Yeah, sure. Mail regarding the labs,
No.
any password and labs about, not yet. Continue with the topic. Okay, let's meet at day-to-day life. So, in Power Apps, we have, more than 275 connectors available. So what is connector basically? So connector enables an app devices to connect to a cloud service, to on-premises service, or any other database. So it is basically a bridge between your app and in your database. So it creates a connection between your app, whether it's a Power App, whether it's a Power Automate or any other thing. So it will create a bridge. That bridge will help you to, send data from one part to another part. So there are, like it mentioned, there are over 275 connectors available in Power Platforms. So it gives you vast connectivity feature so that you can connect to different sources automatically. You don't have to, develop a custom connector. So basically, if you don't find that connector available, default connector available in your Power Apps or in the Power Platform, you can leverage this capability of Power Platform to, build a custom connector so that your app will be connected to a service, data service, which is not available, which is by default not available in the Microsoft platform. So guys, this number is keep increasing, kept on increasing on a daily basis. So it's over 275, but as on date, it's over 275 connectors, but it keep increasing on a day-to-day life. So don't just rely on the numbers. It's very dynamic and keep on changing. So some of the popular connectors we have is like Salesforce, Office 365, Twitter, Dropbox, Google services, SharePoint, and you can bridge your data source to your app or from your workflow, which allows you to your information to convey it back and forth. So, and about this custom connectors, you can see on my screen, it allows you to extend your app by calling a public available API or custom API you're hosting in a cloud provider such as Azure. So guys, do you know what is API? So let me give you one example. So let me tell you what is API is. API is application programming interface. So let's understand this in terms of, yeah. And is anyone saying something? Right, guys, is anybody saying something? Okay, no worries. Okay, let's understand API using this example. So you went to a restaurant and a waiter came and he gave you the menu. Okay, and from that menu you have selected dishes and you conveyed your message to the waiter that I want this dish and I want this dish. Now the waiter will write down your order and it will pass this order to the kitchen, and he will send it to the cook that this is the order we received from this table number. Now the cook will take the input from the waiter, and that waiter will wait for cook to prepare your dishes, and it will send it to the waiter, and waiter will send it on your table. So basically what waiter is doing is it is taking the information, the input from you, and it is passing that information back to the cook, and the cook is sending it back to you from the waiter only. So in this scenario, in this example, our waiter is API, which is taking inputs from one application or one source, and it is fetching information from the other source. Any question, guys? So you can develop custom connectors using APIs if you have an understanding of API. So you need to have some background, coding background for it. But for most of the applications like Salesforce, O365, that all those connectors are available for you. You don't have to define a custom connector for your app. So it's basically a bridge that helps you to helps your app to connect to the data and devices in the cloud or in on-premises cloud. Data sources for connector. So there are two types of data source available for connector. One is tabular data and second one is functional data. So tabular data, guys, you must understand what is tabular. I think it's pretty obvious by the term itself. Anyone, any question about? So like tabular data source in one returns data in a structured table format. So let me just show you what is. Okay. Okay. Let me just open one Excel file here. Can you see my screen, guys?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys must be familiar with the Excel, right? Okay, so in Excel we have data in form of cells. Okay, and that cells have rows and columns. Okay, but let me just create one table for you so that you can understand it more easily. So let's suppose I have a table of height or user ID, user ID. Okay, so we have details of user, is a height detail, user A, user B, user C, user T. And so on. So guys, all this data we have in which we have rows. Okay, so we have 4 rows in this one, and we have 3 columns: user, user ID, and height. So this is called as tabular data, like any SQL relational based database or any, you know, Excel spreadsheet, SharePoint site. All those data can be stored in a tabular form. And second one, we have function based data source, that is used for, interact with the data source. And when you create a calendar event, when you send a mail, and all the data sets available in that, all the items available in that mail. So it is basically, it has some information that is being asked from your, from the connector to the app. Okay, so example include Office 365 users, Project Online, Azure Blob Service. So these function can be, return a table of data, but offer more extensive actions such as the ability to send a mail. So, so it could be any function as well. So you can ask your data to, send a mail if there is any row created, or if there is any, target set. If you have any set limit, that if you have reached to this line item, then it will, trigger a mail to the, uh, to the manager that we have reached that threshold and a new database is required or a new file is required. So all kind of functionality can be, performed, can be handled by the function based data. But tabular data, like I told you, it is that one that returns data in a structured table format. Power App can directly read and display these tables through the galleries, forms, and other controls. Okay. So can add it if the data source supports Power Apps can create, edit, delete. So examples available: Dataverse, SharePoint, and SQL Server. So these are the examples available. So connectors, a bridge between your app and data source. It binds your app and data source so that they can work here and forth, back and forth basically. Okay. So these are the components available of a connector. So there are 2 types of connectors. They are triggers, and second one is basically actions. So when you have established a data source and configured your connector, there are 2 operations that you can use. Okay, one is trigger. So trigger basically is only used to, prompt a flow to begin, a Power Automate flow to begin. Okay, so like I mentioned that if you have reached a threshold, like you have met your target, you have met your sales goal, or you have, lost the target, or you lost the opportunity, or any kind of a deal. So it will trigger a prompt to your flow to begin, and it can be based on time, which begins at 8 a.m., or it could be based on action like creating a new row in a table or receiving an email. You will also need a trigger to tell your workflow when to run. So you can make it automatic trigger, or you can make it a managed trigger that is basically based on the timing. So it will only starts when a certain limit, certain time has reached. Second, actions. Actions are used in Power Automate and Power Apps. And one more limitation about that is about triggers is that it cannot be used in Power Apps. Okay, but actions can be, are used in Power Automate and Power Apps. So action are promptly prompted by the users or triggers and allow interaction with your data source by some function. Like example, when you are sending an email in your workflow app or writing a new line of your data source. Okay, so actions can be used in Power Automate and Power Apps, but triggers can be triggered, taken care action, can be flowed directly from Power Automate. Any question in this one, guys? Okay. pulling it all together. Okay. So unmatched functionality, flexibility of the Microsoft Power Platform, data and services, native interaction integration to Dynamics 365, Azure on-premises. So guys, we have you know seen what are the features available in Power Automate. Okay, but you can leverage all those functionality. You can it's a Microsoft has a great ecosystem that will help you to connect with other applications of Microsoft environment like Dynamics 365, Azure, on-premises data gateway, Dataverse, and over 350 connectors. So you can leverage all those functionality, all those features. You can integrate all those features using Power Automate, using Power Apps, using AI Builder for creating apps that will be consumed by your business users, and the users will use all these things using this common platform, the common currency that is Microsoft Dataverse, which stores all the information for you. Like again, you see process automation using Power Automate, flows, RPA, Power Automate, RPA, and user experience. We have Power BI for doing analytics, reporting, dynamic dashboards, Power Virtual Agents for creating bots, chatbots, Power BI for Microsoft Teams, Microsoft Project, Dynamics 365, Microsoft Office 365, so that you can connect with your SharePoint, you can connect with your Exchange, you can connect with your different applications stored on different platforms. Okay, powerful alone, better together. So like I told you that you can integrate all your apps with Power Apps. Okay, and by integration you can leverage all the technologies, all the functionalities available in the Microsoft ecosystem like Dynamics 365, all those things we just discussed. So you can make it will make it easier to bring your data together from the Microsoft Dataverse. You can automate stuff from Power Automates, and you can leverage AI Builder technologies. You can leverage Power Virtual Agents for creating chatbots. That will be a great feature for eliminating the mundane tasks. That will eliminate resource based responsibilities, so it will minimize your task. Also we have RPA that will help you if you cannot integrate you cannot integrate your API from Power Apps to your from your legacy applications. So you can develop an RPA, that will robotic process automation, that will help you to build a flow, a desktop flow that will perform all the tasks based on the input you provide to your flow, and that flow will automate the task using the RPA flow. Any question, guys? So summary, before summary, let me just give you an overview of our app. Okay, so guys, this is the link, powerapps.make.powerapps.com. Okay, so guys, this is the home page of Power Apps. Okay, so in this you can see this ribbon on the left hand side, apps. So in which On the home page, you can see blank app, DataWorks, SharePoint. So you can build from blank, you can build from DataWorks, you can build from SharePoint, you can build from Excel, SQL, and these two are in preview mode. And if you want to learn, get started with the Power Apps, author a basic formula to change a property. So this is the home page for Power Apps, and on the left hand side you have different features. So you can see that there are different apps created, and on the top you can see Canvas, model driven portals. You can import, you can see all the apps available using the Microsoft link. And in DataVerse, you can see tables, connectors, custom connectors, connections, gateways, flows, and chatbots, basically the Microsoft Power Virtual Agents. So you can see the list, you can see create AI Builder, you can see all the models you have developed. Also, you can explore the functionality available, and in solution, you have all the information, all the tasks you have performed, all the actions you have taken in your environment that can be viewed from the solutions page. Okay, just give me a moment. Let me just see if they have shared me the attendance sheet or not. Just give me a moment. Sri Vardhana will share you the lab details. So guys, quickly let's take your attendance so that they will share you the lab details. Okay. So do we have Achala in the class today? Achala, do we have Achala? Okay, let's just pick. Dhanushka? No. Fernando, my friend is here. Fernando, yes, I can see Fernando. Sri Vardhana? Sri Vardhana is not there. That's Kavishka is there. Monkey is there. She's there. Picnica de Salve. She is there. Sandaru Dupriya.
Yeah, I'm here.
Thank you. Sanjula is there. Shenuka is there. Siva Kumar. Viduranga. Viduranga is there, right?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. And Janendra. Janendra is not there. Okay. Okay guys, let me just share it with them quickly so that they will share you the lab details. Everything will be solved, saved in the solution. Okay. So get started with Power Apps. Any question guys in this module? So we discussed about Microsoft Power Platforms, the different capabilities in different tools, how you can analyze using Power BI, how you can act using process flows, basically the Power Apps, and how you can automate using business process flows, cloud flows, desktop flows, Power BI, Power Virtual Agents, in which you can create chatbots. No question? Okay.
Yeah, can you please compare data lake and dataverse?
Data lake and dataverse, they are very different concepts. Okay, so dataverse is basically a solution, basically a dataverse. In dataverse, you are just storing the data from the different sources. So it could be from your data lake as well. But a data lake is it's a basically a central repository of data for any organization. Okay, but a dataverse is basically a common platform so that your app can use a common data model. That means that all your apps, all your chatbots can leverage the functionality, the rich metadata available for you in the dataverse. But data lake is a centralized repository that allow you to store all your structured, unstructured data at any scale. So you are storing all the data. So like if you are working in a corporate and you have data from PDFs, you have data from Excel files, you have data from SQL server, from NoSQL servers like MongoDB. So all the data you are storing in a data lake, and people like data analyst, data scientist, they will be connecting from the data lake, and they will be leveraging the functionalities like Power BI or any statistical languages like R, Python, and they will be fetching information out of that data so that they can prepare reports, or they can create dashboards, or they can do predictive analysis using Python or R, and they will be presenting it to management. They will be so that your management will be taking business decisions. But again, Dataverse is basically a scalable app platform and data service and app platform that allow you to store and manage data from different sources. And all that sources will have a common data model. That means when you store a data in your Dataverse, everything will be stored online. It's a cloud services. It's a basically SaaS platform. So everything will be stored in that cloud only, and it will have a rich metadata so that your data can be defined in a proper format, and you can use that data in your apps, in your Power Automate flows, and in your Power Virtual Agents. Okay.
Okay, good. Thank you.
So Power Automate helps you create workflows. Power BI helps you to visualize data, share reports, share dashboards within your organization. And you can integrate Power BI dashboards, Power BI reports in your Power Apps, in your model-driven apps. You can build a solution in your Power Apps. We'll discuss this and we'll discuss the Power BI module before. So let's start with the first thing we have in hand, that is Power Apps. So what is Power App? Anyone have already uh, completed this topic? What is Power App? So let me just quickly give you a definition again so that you guys will be more familiar with the what is Power App. So Power App, again, low code, no code development environment for building custom apps for business needs, for business processes, to automate things that is being done on a daily basis so that your productivity can be leveraged in a different task instead of filling forms, instead of filling job sheet, instead of filling uh, surveys. All kind of things can be automated using Power Apps. Get started with Power Apps. So with Power Apps, you can build quickly apps by using skill that you already have. So like I told you, you don't have to understand any development knowledge, any programming language, or any kind of uh, coding requirement. Nothing is required for developing an app. Okay, let me just show you. Okay, so connect to the cloud services and data sources that you are already using. Share your app instantly so that your co-workers can use them on their phones and tablets. Let me show you. Okay, so guys, this is the home page. We have Power App home page. So you can see all the apps that you have developed would reflect here. All the apps and everything you have developed. So this is the default environment. So as a new user, you will get different environments. Let me just select my environment. So you can switch different environments you have access to from this icon on the top. You can see which environments you are using. So you can see all the apps that I have developed. So all you have to do is you can just click here, new app, and you can select which kind of app you want to create, whether you want to create a Canvas app, whether you want to create a model driven app, or you want to create a portal app. So let's just start with Canvas. Okay, so again, it will ask us the name of the app. So let me just put demo on, and you can select the format. So by format, in which format you will be developing the app, and how the format would appear in the phone, in the devices that people are going to use. Okay, so let's select phone, create. So guys, this is this page you are seeing on my screen is called Power App Studio. So you can develop your apps by connecting to data databases. You can connect databases. You can add things like text label, forms, vertical gallery, input, display, layout, media, shapes, everything you can add from here. Let me just add one data source here. Let me just select users. Let me just add any table accounts. So guys, I have selected one data source, that is accounts. This table, if you hover on that particular table, you can see it's a table. Environment is current environment. Connection is Microsoft DataWorks. So this is how you can add data. You can add different data source. If you select here, you can select all the connectors available. Microsoft Office 365, SharePoint, all. If I click here, all these connectors that we discussed, there are over 300 of connector available. So you don't have to, create a custom connector here. Everything is available here. So I've added one table here. Okay. So on the top, you can see, if you click on this tree view, you can see I have one screen. So I can rename it based on my requirement. I can rename it to home page, and I can see what thing I can insert things here. I can insert text input. So I can just resize it based on my requirement. I can name it to home page. I can change the format if I want to change it to number. It's more like a PowerPoint visual, or in a Power BI visual. You can select the alignment, you can set the position, you can change the color, you can change the border. So I have added this text box in my report. If I want to add anything else, if I want to add icons, if I want to add any icon, if I want to add any buttons, if you want to add any button here, so I can add any button here. So you can do anything you want to do here. You can add gallery, you can add vertical gallery. Okay. So I have added this gallery here. So gallery can be a vertical gallery, it can be horizontal gallery, flexible, blank vertical, blank horizontal. You can select fields that would reflect in your report. Default image. You can select status, you can select different things in your report. So you can save it, you can add more pages, you can just add, you can just duplicate the screen, or you can just rename it to anything else. Just rename anything, demo. So this is how you can develop app. You can just save it. So guys, this is one example of uh, Canvas app in which you will, which is based on what you see is what you get. So whatever you're doing it in your app, that would reflect in your app. And once I've created this app, that would reflect uh, under my app list. Okay. Again, if you want to create more apps, you want to create model driven app, demo M. Create, you just need to provide name, and if you want to provide any description, you can just do it. Okay, guys. So you can see that this app has been created and you can navigate from here. You can see group, you can see sub area. You can rename it home. You can select content, what should appear in this one sub area. So I'm selecting account again. Sub area, I can put title. So all the columns that are available in my account table would reflect here. So if you see account name, main phone, address, primary contact, email. So you can customize this thing based on your requirement. You can change the view if you want to remove some columns from this page, you can do it. And default icon if you want to use web resource. So this is how you can create a, this is not required right now. This is how you can create a model driven app. Okay, so you just save it. Okay, so once your app is saved, you can publish so that people who have access to this app can view the changes. Okay, so there is no data right now in my active account. So that's why nothing is coming up. So this is how you can develop a model driven app. Let's jump back to the slides. So Power Apps, you can quickly build apps. So there are different types of app you can create. What types of app you can build? One is Canvas, user experience focused, typically task or role based app, leveraging mashup data from multiple data sources. Okay, so like we have added data words. If you want to add any other data source from your app, you would be able to do it. Let me just show you. If you want to add anything else apart from your Microsoft data words in your app. Okay, so this is my Canvas app. Let me just add it. So once you select any app, you will get all these options. Add it, play. Play means you can see the functionality, how your app is working. You can share, you can export, you can add this app to your Teams channel. You can monitor, you can do analytics setting, you can delete, and you can see the details. Let me just edit it this one. Okay, so in this I have selected one data source. If I go here, I can add more data. Let's suppose this time if I want to select SharePoint, SharePoint sites. So you have to provide the link of your SharePoint. Okay, and once you provide the link of your SharePoint, that can be incorporated in your app as well. So this is how you can add different sources from your app. So it is not limited to only single data source. You can leverage multiple data sources, and all you have to do is select data, and from data you can select add data or you can search the data. You can use Microsoft Dataverse. You can search all the connectors available: Office 365, MSN Weather, SharePoint, SQL Server. If you have companies managing data on a SQL Server, that can be done. That can also be done using the Microsoft Power Apps, Canvas app basically. Model-driven app leverages your organization data model relationship and business processes in immersive responsive application. So in which you can develop apps using the Microsoft Dataverse. And third one, we have portals. So like I mentioned, portal is the external web portals, external websites that can be leveraged by your internal and external users, so that you can create interactive websites so that your users will be uh, informed about the new changes, new business changes, or any product related information you would like to provide using your website. That can be done using the portals. I've created one portal in one of the classes. Let me just see if I can show you that. Don't save. Yeah, so this is okay. So guys, you see this is one portal app I have created. So your business logo would appear on the top home page. Different pages I have added: contact us, you can search, you can sign in even using your accounts, using your Microsoft authentication, your Azure Active Directory, or you can sign in using LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. All kind stuff can be performed in your portal apps. It's like a normal website. You can register, you can redeem invitation, register using external account, Azure AD. Everything is feasible using the portal apps. Any question in this one, guys? Anyone? Okay. So Canvas, model-driven, portal apps, these are the three types of apps available in Power Apps platform. What is the difference between Canvas? Leverages data from different sources, but model-driven app is back-ended by Dataverse. So it should be connected to your Dataverse only. But Canvas, like I showed you, it can be connected to multiple sources like SharePoint, Office 365, Salesforce, even Dataverse. Okay. Generally task or screen focused on processes, customized UI, responsive UI, device interaction, customizing existing app, embedding capabilities, data relationship, navigation. So basically, if you have created relationships in your Dataverse, that can be incorporated, that can be liaised within your Power App, model driven app. Security trimming of UI, so you can do security using the Dataverse capabilities we have. You can apply certain uh, filtering based on the requirement of your business process. These are the major differences we have in Power Apps. Power Apps homepage we have seen, from which you app starts here, whether you build them from the data, a simple app or a blank screen. Power App Studio, develop your app. So we have seen how we can like, let me show you how you can just add AI capabilities in your app. Let me just show you this app. Okay, let me just go and add it. Okay, so guys, you can use this functionality, AI Builder functionality, that can be incorporated in your app. So you can add business card reader. Okay, so this is one app. Okay, so in which I can add business card reader, form processing, text recognizer. So just click on it. Okay, so I've added this in my app. So it has been added in my Canvas app. Let's just try if it is working. Okay, new image. Let's see if we have anything in download. Okay, not this one. Switch. Okay, so I have this image, JPEG image, in which there is some text written on it. I'll just click on open. So you guys, you see 26 lines detected. So I believe if you are using iPhone and this feature is recently introduced in iOS 15, that you can just select text, you can just copy text from your images and you can just save it somewhere else. If you have notes, you have taken images of your notes, and if you want to extract text from it, you can do it from your Power App only. So it's a great functionality that is just a click away from your app. All you have to do is you can just leverage this functionality. You can add, you can just rename it. Text extraction. I can just duplicate it. Okay. And I can change it to anything else if I want to add any other tool here. Form processor detects text in a document. So you can add it in your report. Okay, so guys, this is how you can enable AI capabilities in your report. And in the bottom, if you see, we have this magnifier. So based on your screen size, you can just adjust it, and all the forms tab available, all the features can be leveraged from here as well. In the bottom, you can see that we are in form processor. Let me just save it. So all these apps can be viewed from here. Okay. So if you want to share your apps within your organization with other members of your team, let me just click on share. Okay. So I have different users available. Let me just share it with Shanuka. And so guys, whenever you are sharing any data with anyone, make sure you are providing them access rights to the data sources that are being used in your app. If you don't, if your users don't have the access to the data sources that are being used in your app, they won't, your app will not behave properly, and that will not give a good user experience. So whenever you are sharing with the people or with the groups, make sure that group has a sufficient privileges to access your data. So I can provide a role to him, system administrator, or I can system customizable. So I can based, so all the roles that are available here. I can share it with them. But do not delete or change owner. Me, and he can, so now Shenuka will receive a mail that he has received an app from me, and he can, start working on this app. He can use this app. Similarly, you can do it for Canvas app as well. You can just share it. I can select, I'm just giving him permission to the data source. I can make him co-owner so that he can add it, share app, but do not delete or change owner. So I can provide him role. So there are different roles available for you. So I can just provide him basic user. So you can see this app is shared with Shenuka as a user and I am the owner. Okay, so we have Malki too in this class. If I want to make Malki the co-owner, okay, I can just make her. So now my app is shared with the people, two people apart from me, Malki and Shenuka. Now they can start working on app. They can use this app in their mobile phones if you have downloaded the Power Apps application on their mobile phone, or they can use it from the browser only. So all the apps that I have created will reflect here. All you have to do is you have to select app and you have to just play it. Okay. So, okay. Wow, I don't have access to this app.
Hi, Kawaja.
Yeah.
Hello. Sorry for disturbing to you. Kawaja, I didn't receive your training mails to participate the training, and my team member is confirmed. My name is included in your training session, and I request to forward this link to my friend. Uh, can you add my name for attendance or mark my attendance since you are my attendance sheet?
Sure, 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 sure. Okay, you just
My name is Achala Pradeep, Achala Bandar.
okay. Let me just do it right away. Please provide me. Yeah. Achala, I've shared the details with the IT team, and soon you will receive the lab details. So have you guys received the lab details yet? Anyone? Shenuka?
Excuse me, Kaja.
Yeah.
Uh, my name is not at the attendance sheet.
Okay.
I also participate this because I received the invitation also.
Okay. Okay. So, but for that you need to, coordinate with your IT team, because in my attendance sheet your name was missing. But what's your name? Let me just add it and let me ask them to.
Uh, I think they put the name as Surge Help Desk because I am login with my company team
Mhm.
login.
Yeah.
Asanga Sampath. My name is Asanga Sampath. Asanga.
Can you spell it?
ASA
Uh-huh.
NGA.
N
GA.
Sangha.
Sampath. SAMPATH.
What is your email address?
Surge at
Sorry, search
keels.com.
at
Keels.com.
spell it
KEE
KW.
double LS.com.
Okay. Okay.
Email Keels KEELLS.com. Single S. Yeah, correct.
Fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Let me just send it. Yeah, Fernando, have you received any mail from the IT team regarding the lab details? Sorry, I was mute, talking on mute earlier.
Not yet, sir.
Anyone else? Any mail from the IT team? Okay. Okay, let's just wait a couple of minutes then. Meanwhile, we can just continue with our session.
Now, just now
Yeah.
I received some emails
Can you
regarding labs.
share your screen? Thank you.
Hassan, I just received the mail for lab.
Okay, wonderful. So, guys, do you know how to redeem the code for the labs? Okay. Okay. So, Sanjula, you are sharing your screen. So, guys, please follow the steps that are being presented by Sanjula on the screen. Please, have you all received the mail from the Streamlabs for the Streamlabs from the IT team? If you don't tell me, then I'll take it as yes, and we will proceed ahead. If no, then I can talk to the team so that they can provide you the access code. Okay. Okay. So, Sanjula, do you have an account in Extreme Labs?
No.
No. So you have to create an account. Okay. So click on register. So if you can use with Google, LinkedIn, Microsoft account, or you can just register. Yeah. Provide your details. Please, guys, follow these steps. Because this is more like a practical session. Power Platform is basically development of apps, and if you don't uh, do the labs, then you won't be able to grasp the knowledge of this platform. Also, you will receive the confirmation mail on your email address. Sanjula, you need to confirm this mail address from your email address, from your mailbox.
Okay.
Yeah. Please check your email address. Okay. Okay, so Sanjula, you can see that the code has been applied successfully. And in the bottom, you can see there is one lab, status active, PL100, course name, PL100 Lankan. Okay, now go to the left hand side and click on view labs on the top. Yeah, no, on the lab. Yeah, this one, correct. Yeah, so click on PL100. Yeah, so this is the lab. So all these labs are available for you. Lab 0. Okay, so guys, have you reached to this page? Fernando, Shenuka, Achala, have you received this?
Yes, Hassan.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, that's great. That's great.
Hi, Kawaj. I didn't receive. I think last time 15th send mail to me incorrect email ID. Please, I shared the email, my email address. Please check my email address is correct or not.
Just share my, sorry, let me just share my screen and just confirm me if your email address is correct or not. Can you see the screen? Achala, is this correct email address?
Yeah, it is not correct, Kavaja.
Okay, but for this thing, I cannot uh, ask them directly. So can you just
I will I will send correct email address, Kavaja, because last time 15 used the this email address to send email, and I send correct email address to Christine, Kavaja.
okay, okay. So you just need to confirm
I
IT team that they have sent a wrong email address. Okay.
last time confirm, Kavaja, because I participated to you said 104 training session, Kavaja. Uh, I send correct email address, Kavaja.
Okay. Can you confirm me the correct email address to me as well? Chala.
Achal,
Yes.
ACHALAD
ALA.
at bowers.com. I send my correct email address through Teams message, Kavaja.
Sorry, where did you send your email address?
Teams
To,
message.
to IT team.
I think through chat.
That I mentioned that this chat feature is not available for me. I'm an external from an external.
Okay, okay, Kavaja. ACHALAD
Hmm.
at bowers, BAURS.com.
Okay. Achala B. Achala B
At
at
bowers, BAURS dot com.
is it correct?
Yes, yes, Kavaja.
Okay. So guys, just take a 15-minute. We have seen, which was we have. Guys, let me know when you are able to see my screen.
Yes.
Okay, so guys, we have seen the home page of the Power Platform. So all the options we have seen which were appearing on the home page, and then we see the Power App Studio, in which we saw how we can get data, how we can insert buttons, icons, how we can add galleries, how we can add AI builder techniques, how we can use the properties to resize, change background, and all kind of stuff we have seen. And Power Apps Mobile. So for that you need to install the Power App from the iOS and Android devices. That will allow you to get access of your apps, and so that you will have the ability to travel along with your apps using your mobile phones. So carrying a mobile phone is always easier than carrying a laptop or a tablet. So this functionality allows users to like field service users, they who travels a lot and they need apps access from their mobiles, will help them to uh, leverage this functionality of Power Apps Mobile, so that they can be connected with the apps that you have developed, and that will help them to save some time. Admin Center. So guys, we have this admin center available in Power Apps. Let me just show you how to navigate to that app center. So this is our home page, Power App home page. And if I click on this link, okay, so you have to click this URL admin.powerplatform.microsoft.com. So guys, this is the link that you need to follow. So this is the admin page for Power Platform. And on the left hand side, you can see all the environments that are being created in our domain. Our domain name is this LODSS6844. So these are all the domains that have been created.
Excuse me, Hassan, still you are in PowerPoint slide. Did you show the web page to us?
You can't see my browser?
We see the presentation.
No. We see still your presentation. We can't see your browser.
Is it available now? Can you see
it's
my...
okay now. Yeah, it's okay now.
Okay. So this is the Power Platform admin portal. So this is the link admin.powerplatform.microsoft.com. So when you logged into this portal, you will see on the left hand side all the environments that have been created in our environment. Okay, so these are the environments that are created by me or my teammates. So like Shenuka, Malki, all these environments are created. So since I'm the admin, I'm the Power Platform admin, I can delete any of the environment, or I can even restore any deleted environment. Like you see on the top, recovered, deleted environment. I can create new environment, but since we are on a trial license that is very limited, you are not allowed to create multiple environments. So we used different regions to create trials. So if you see, this one is Japan, this one is United States. Also, all these trials we are creating, that is limited for 30 days, but you can extend them to 30 more days. So overall you will get 60 days to perform your training, perform your labs using this environment. Okay, but if you want to move from a trial license to a paid license to a pro license, then you need to pay. But I would suggest you to complete your labs within this period and perform all the practice, so that you would be able to perform perform the this all the actions, all the modules labs using this test environment. And once you are confident enough to build apps, you can use your organization's environment. You must have this you guys can try today using your corporate email address and try these links, not this one. Okay, try this link first, make.powerapps.com, and you will see that this will look similar, and you can start developing apps from there. Okay, then we have analytics. You can see different analytics options we have available: total active users, API calls, API pass, for Power Automate, for Power Apps. So you can change filter from here. You can change the environment. You can change any environment you want to see. Last 28 days, apply. Similarly for Power Apps. So if you want to analyze how many users are active, which apps are used, okay, and what are the KPIs that we need to follow that is creating impact in our environment, you can just do the analysis from here only. This is automatic analysis based on the task performed by the by the users in your organization. Next one, we have resources, we have capacity, Dynamics 365 apps, portals, we have help and support if you are facing any issue, data integration, like the connections we have developed in your app. Okay, and then we have policies, and we have data available as well. This is in a preview mode. So all the data sources that are being used would reflect here. So I'm using GitHub, Azure Blob Storage, Azure Blob Storage. Okay, then we have policies. We will discuss these in detail. Okay, and last we have this admin center, Azure Active Directory, Microsoft 365 admin, Power BI admin center. So all these things can be performed using this admin center available for Power Platform. Okay, so these are the Power App related technologies. Data source. Without data, you don't have a business. Like guys, we have discussed that this is a technology driven world, and data is everything. Okay, without data, we cannot perform anything in our app, in our in our organization. So your business can find it difficult to take advantages of data if you have if you don't have access to it. sales, customer, employees data should drive our business decision. But so Power Apps is the solution. Power Platform is the solution in which you can start building your apps. You can add value to any business by helping that will help your stakeholders, your decision makers to analyze, act, and automate. Okay. And then we have this amazing feature, Dataverse, that is that will allow you to build apps from different sources, that will store all the data from different sources, Excel, PowerPoints, SharePoint. It will just use all your data and it just store it in a single place in a cloud environment only. So that will be easily accessible, so that you can create apps, you can create flows, you can create virtual bots, you can use AI functionality in your apps. Okay. Power Automate allows you to build automated workflows to receive notification, run processes, collect data, and more. We will discuss this in details in the subsequent modules. Data sources connection. We have seen that we have tons of options available to connect with the databases to the different data sources. Dataverse, again, store data within a set of tables, include a base of standard tables that cover typical scenarios. Customer table can be created specific to your organization. App makers can use Power Apps to build these applications using this data. Like I mentioned you, that it will store all your data in a single place from your common data services, from your data connectors. We'll discuss this in next module only. Reason to use Dataverse: simple to manage, helps to secure data, access your Dynamics 365 data, rich metadata, logic, validation, productivity tools. So these are the features available for Dataverse. Rich to manage, since it's a managed service, all your data will be stored in a Microsoft Azure blob only. You don't have to store it on your on-premises server or on-premises cloud. It will all be stored in a Microsoft servers. Help to secure, you can provide access rights using Dataverse, which table should access to which security groups, which users should have access, what kind of access should be given to a particular user. All kind of stuff you can perform in Dataverse. You can access your Dynamics 365 data. You can analyze that data in your Power BI by connecting your Dataverse into your Power BI report, or you can add your Dynamics 365 data in Dataverse so that you can use it in your Power Apps. Rich metadata. So rich metadata means that it has different type of data available. We will discuss this in detail. Logic and validation. You can create calculated columns in Dataverse. You don't have to create calculated columns at data source, in the underlying data source. All you have to do is you can just create it in your Dataverse only. Productivity tools, all the tools that we have available, like deleting, publishing, all things you can perform in your Dataverse. Okay. Okay, so guys, this is the end of this module. Before ending this session today, I would like anyone to share your screen. Anyone can share your screen so that we can see if you are able to create labs. You can access your labs. Anyone? Sanjula, can you share your screen?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so guys, we have labs, more lab 0, validate lab environment. So this lab we need to close today. So can you click on take lab? Guys, everyone should follow these steps. Okay, so Sanjula, this is your lab, your virtual lab. So on password, you can just paste that password there. So on the password content, there is this clipboard on the left hand side. Yeah. Allow. Okay. Don't copy, just don't copy it. Just click on this. There is this icon. Yeah, click on this icon. Just click yes. Yeah. Okay. Okay, wonderful. On the left hand side, there is this caret icon on the left. Click on it. Can you give me control?
Yeah, sorry, I can.
Yeah, this icon. Okay. So guys, this is a lab 0 validate lab environment. So you have seen that this is first lab, basically to set up all your details. Okay. And if you click here, you can see the different shortcuts available. And on this eye icon, so these are your O365 credentials. So when you log into your Power App to perform the labs, you should use this username password. Okay, and the expiration date is also expiration date is also provided here. Okay, any question in this one, guys? So let me just show you. Okay, okay, no, not here. Just click here in this browser only. Okay, it is very slow.
Please let me know. I will type it.
Yeah, it's make.powerapps.com. Make dot powerapps.com. Guys, are you performing the same steps? Is anybody facing any issue? Yeah. So you just click here, this icon. It will automatically paste in your window. Next. Can you click on save? I'm not able to. Just save it. Keep it as. Okay, so guys, this is lab 0. Okay, and in the bottom, I think there is this icon comes in the bottom. Can you reduce the size of this browser? There is this next icon in the bottom. No, not on this one, on the Power, in the Extreme Labs browser. So basically on this page, wait, let me use it. So on this page, there is in the bottom, can you drag it to above? I'm not able to do it.
That's the end of the.
Okay. So this is the module 0, guys. So you need to follow the instruction provided on the screen. Click next exercise. Okay. So this is how you need to perform your access. So please follow these instructions and complete this module, this lab module, basically module 0. And I'm available, okay, for like 40 minutes. So if you face any issue, please let me know. Okay. If you want to do it later, you can just drop off, since we're just at the end of this meeting's time. So it's 10 minutes left only. So if you have other deliverables, you can complete it later. But if you want to do it right now, you can do it. Okay. And this was our module 1, in which we provide introduction, and tomorrow we will be discussing the module 2. Okay. And in module 2, we will be discussing the different topic, that is basically model driven app. So we have seen today Canvas app. Tomorrow we will be discussing about create a model driven app. Okay, guys. Any question as of now? Is the pace is good? Do you want me to go slow? Do you want me to go fast? Any suggestions for next days? Sanjula, any suggestion?
No, it's good in my side. The way is going smooth.
Thank you. Days